Hello everyone, I am Harshita from IT branch. Today I am going to explain some concepts in JavaScript. What are objects in JavaScript? Objects in JavaScript are a fundamental data structure used to store collections of data as key value pairs. A key, also called a property, is a string or symbol, and its corresponding value can be any valid JavaScript data type, including functions, other objects, arrays, or primitive values like numbers or strings. Objects are used to represent real world entities with properties and behaviors like a person with name, age, and greet methods. Here are some examples of objects. Accessing properties. You can access object properties using dot notation or bracket notation. Console.log of person name. Here the output will be displayed as name John. Console.log of person age. Here the output will be displayed as age 30. Modifying properties. You can update existing properties by directly accessing a new value or using bracket notation. Here is an example of modifying properties. Key features. Nested objects. Objects can contain other objects as values, enabling hierarchical structures. Here is an example for key features. Methods. Functions defined within an object are called methods and are used to represent behaviors. Here is an example for methods. Functions in JavaScript. What are functions and why they are important? Functions are blocks of reusable code designed to perform a specific task. They take inputs, arguments, execute a sequence of statements, and can return a result. Functions are crucial for improving code modularity, reusability, and readability. They help to avoid repetition, encapsulate logic, and make programs easier to debug and maintain. Declaring functions. Function declaration. The most traditional way to define a function in JavaScript is using a function declaration. This form is hosted, meaning it can be called before its definition in the code. Here is an example for declaring functions. Function expression. Functions can also be defined as expressions typically assigned to variables. These functions are not hosted, meaning they must be declared before calling. A simple example for function expression. The concept of this in functions. The value of this is determined by how a function is called. It refers to the object that owns the function. In regular functions, this refers to the global object or undefined in strict mode. Here is an example of this in functions. Object in methods. In object methods, this refers to the object that calls the method. Here is the example for object methods. Difference between where, let, and constant. Where scope. Where is function scope or globally scope if declared outside of a function. Redeclaration. It can be redeclared and updated within the same scope without errors. Hosting. Where declarations are hosted to the top of their scope but are initialized with undefined. Here is an example for where. Let scope. Let is block scope, meaning it is limited to the block enclosed by curly braces in which it is declared. Redeclaration. It cannot be redeclared within the same block. Hosting. Let is hosted but not initialized, so accessing it before its declaration results reference error. Here is an example for let. Constant. Scope. Constant is a block scoped like let. Redeclaration. It cannot be updated or redeclared within the same scope. Hosting. Constant is hosted but must be initialized during declaration, otherwise a syntax error occurs. Here is an example for constant. JavaScript modules. Importance of modules. JavaScript modules are essential for organizing code, improving maintainability, and avoiding global namespace pollution by splitting large applications into smaller, reusable parts. Modules keep the code base clean, modular, and easy to debug. Using ES modules. Exporting. You can export functions, objects, or variables from a module to make them available for use in other files. Here is an example for Here is an example for ES modules. Importing. In other JavaScript file, you can import the exported functions or variables using the import keyword. Thank you.